Yeah, so this is pretty last minute. I've been seeing like like all day this Sneeko and Alex Jones live stream, and Sneeko has been getting me so fucking annoyed recently. Remember a few years ago when it was all about like left versus right and how simple things were, and now you have everything about like bro Sneeko like you don't see Mexican immigrants or Chinese immigrants doing any of these types of things. Like you just see it's like, well, Muslims are like 1.3% of America. It's like true, and people saying they're invading, like that's a bit much, right? Is it a lot compared to 20 years ago? Yeah, when it was like 0.3% or something. Watch me be right on that. You know what I mean? Of course, right? And a lot of the times it's not even what it is now, it's how it's progressing, what I'm trying to say? It's like, oh, in my neighborhood there are 20 raccoons. Oh, it's only 20 raccoons. It's a pretty big neighborhood. Well, yesterday it was zero. So it's like, see what I'm saying? The building is also a really big aspect. And that's what I want to talk about. Like a lot of the times people are very black and white thinking, right? And I'm not talking about race. So I guess that can have a dual like connotation. I'm really talking about like not even just in social politics, just like in general, just black and white thinking. It's like really late for me right now, so I can't really think of a good example. Oh, my phone don't die either. You know. Oh, why does it look so zoomed in? I feel like this is like a good amount of good distance away from me. I don't know why it seems so zoomed in. But yeah, it's like again, like I really want to talk about that debate or whatever. I didn't watch much of it. I only saw clips, so I'm going to talk about what I've seen. Hopefully, it was in context because I'm going to be talking about it. So if you want to check it out for yourself, go on Sneeko's YouTube channel or whatever and watch it. But yeah, you have Sneeko. Like again, like assimilation is also a big thing when it comes to immigration. It's like you and again like even like recently I've seen some memes or whatever or like topic of discussion. It comes up in posts pretty recently, and it's like no one ever like again like black and white thinking. People just say immigrant, right? On anyone, literally anyone, and it's like okay, well there's a spectrum, right? You have some better than others, right? Or it's like, oh, why don't people care about the Norwegians doing like the Roo shit? It's like, motherfucker, not everything's so black and white. Oh, well, you're not from America. Oh, same status. No, it's not true. Look at the history. Look at the context of the United States. Like 25 to 30% of America in like the 1980s or 90s, or in the 1990s, 25 to 30% of America was Northern European. Scandinavians or Northern European. It's like, what are we talking about? Of course, people aren't going to look bat an eye. It's like people who not only look like them, visually, genetically, biologically, religiously, linguistically, geographically, like literally, bro, like, bro, what are you like? Of course, people are going to bat an eye if it's Muslims doing it over Scandinavians. Like people just don't understand. Like everything is a spectrum. Nothing is black and white thinking. And I think it's like this, like no one talks about it either. It's like a cancer, like the video, the title is suggesting. It's literally like cancer, right? You have like all these superhero movies, and it brainwashes you as a kid. In every game, every movie, every novel, every newspaper, every comic book, every story, every whatever side of the story in your life, and it's all black and white thinking. Good guy, bad guy, yes, no, up, down, left, right, back, forward, everything. For the love of God, for the love of Yah, it's not how it is, right? Everyone is just black and white thinking. And they say, oh, well, they're immigrants. It's like, motherfucker, in every way possible. Like, you see Holland in America. It's crazy how a 19-year-old like myself has to explain this. You see Holland, right? In fucking like 6 days, he's already assimilated. He already has the hat. He looks like an American. Welcome. Meanwhile, you have fucking Mom Donnie, and it's just like, look at the two. You're really gonna tell me one's more similar? Like, get the fuck out of here. Like, it's just so ridiculous with these fucking people. People are just very stupid and they don't think in depth and they think with their emotions rather than logic, you know? And it's just like ridiculous how it is, you know? It's like it's just like the two thought process. It's just so overrated. You know, it's like ridiculous. And that is surefire. Like you should always be a free thinker, and you should always be unbiased and stuff like that. That goes without saying. And everybody says that, but nobody says what I'm saying, and nobody says like, hey, like how come it's always just black and white stuff? You know, it's just so stupid. Again, like with Sneeko, he's like, well, they're saying there's a Muslim takeover. Meanwhile, there's only 1.3% of the population in the United States. It's like, okay, and then 1.3% of the population is causing this much uproar? Are you fucking kidding me? You don't see Hispanics going around, doing their thing, and you don't see Chinese or even Indian. Like, you don't see them doing that stuff. It's like way too fucking much, guys. Way too fucking much at this point. It's too much. Like 10 years ago. Like, and you know what? Like, when is it an invasion? Right? And I'm not even talking about the 1.3%, whatever. I'm talking about like Europe. Okay? Europe. 72% of the religious crimes in the past, I think since the year 2000, so 26 years in Europe, 72% was Muslim. When is it an invasion? When someone says it's an invasion? Because look, you have 20,000 Muslims and they're all like, it's official, we're invading. We're legal, but we're invading. And then you have 10 million who come in, legally, and they're not saying they're invading. And they're just there. But if you look at the fruits of how they're acting, or most of them, right, not all of them, you see that it is pretty similar. And then as the years go by, in the beginning it's usually tame. As the years go by, it's more and more. Now, I will say this right now, I'm very individualistic. I think I might be using that term wrong, but I'm using it how I think it sounds. So, as an individual, I will always give someone the benefit of the doubt. A black person's 6 more times likely to kill me, and like about 15 to 17 times more likely to kill me in my city than a white guy. Yeah, that much more. So I'm going to be judgmental, like off rip, like off I'm walking home at night and I see 6 fucking black, like that's ridiculous. Of course I have the power of statistics in the palm of my hand, and I'm not gonna use it to like, bro, like, come on, like what? It's just like, again, like the nuance is just like, nuance is very important. Anyway, like I was saying, I'm very individualistic. So before you see any of my stuff or me talking, right, and sometimes as any normal human does, you get emotional and you say stuff that you don't mean, which is pretty rare for me. But you can kind of tell when I do it. So again, I'm very individualistic. On one hand, which is very tame and sound. And then on the other hand, I don't want 40 million Muslims to go into Europe in like 20 years. Like, that's like 45 million. It's fucking ridiculous. It's way too much. Again, like I said, like, when is it an invasion? When is it an invasion? When you say it is? So you can have 200 million, for example, Pakis, knock, knock, knock on Europe's door, come in. And they can do whatever the fuck they want, but they're not saying they're invading, so it's not like, are you fucking kidding me? Look, the only answer, I will say this as well, right? Because there's so much nuance to this. I am down for any solution besides for the 4. I'm here to say it right now because I know what's gonna happen, and I'm afraid that I'm gonna be right. actually the propaganda is so strong that I want it to happen, knowing that it's going to have an adverse effect. And that thing is the four-letter city from the Italian peninsula that I talked about in my last video. And I'm not going to say it. It's a four-letter city. It was a pretty big thing in history, and that's it. So I'm going to say about that, because I don't want to get shadow banned to oblivion. And, yeah. So it might be a bit of a short stream. I don't know how much phone battery I have left, but those are just, like, quick thoughts I had. I know there was no, like, rhyme or reason to it. I was just yapping, which, I guess is pretty acceptable if I frame it as that. So, But like I said, like, generally, like, the black and white statements are just ridiculous. It's just, like, it's, like, you know, again, like, Sneeko, again, I used to love Sneeko. I see how everyone's going against him, and I was super, like, damn, like, that sucks. Like, I actually like Sneeko. And now, like, he's really getting me fucking pissed. It's like when the U.S., like, U.S. versus Morocco, it's just like he's, like, in shambles. And then you have my boy Slim. Like, let's go. I love Slim. I loved him for years. And I'm happy that, he's showing good faith in the country that he lives in, right? And it's just like, so what the fuck? You have Sneeko, like, yeah, America. It's like, dude, like, stop fucking LARPing. He's like, I love Bosnia. Yeah, so you love every Muslim country. Which, again, like, it's fine. Like, in terms of, like, at least be, like, realistic, and at least don't push it on other people as an agenda. Because that in and of itself makes it an issue, right? If you have normal immigration that wouldn't affect the culture or biological makeup of my white country, I don't fucking care. I don't care. Who cares? But if you come in mass and you change the culture and you don't assimilate, then that's going to be a problem, and that is completely sound thinking. And I'm so happy I have these videos here to look back, because a lot of the times I'll get carried away and I forget these gems that I'm dropping, because this is the nuance of what I'm saying. And I hope my phone is not going to die. Let me do a check. My phone's at 2%. Okay. So I guess I'm going to have to go. But yeah, like those are just, like, general, like, thoughts, I guess. My phone's about to die, so I want to end the stream good. That's really it. If you're watching, thank you for watching. And I really want to talk more about this type of stuff. So I'm going to go now before my phone dies, and peace.